Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about a film I've heard about numerous times over the years, but for some reason had never checked out, and that is Tommy Wiseau's The Room. And most people know about this movie, so I'm a little ashamed to say I hadn't seen it up until now because it is from 2003, so it's about 13 years old now, and it has a very big cult following. Um, it's considered one of the worst movies of all time. To me, it's sort of in the vein of Troll 2, not in terms of the plot or the way the movie is, but the awkwardness and the weirdness of the film remind me of Troll 2. And something else reminds me of Troll 2 as well, but I'm going to get back to that in a moment. So, the movie pretty much revolves around Tommy's character, Johnny, who is first off, Tommy Wiseau is the writer, director, producer, and star of the movie. Um, he supposedly had hired all these people and then had to fire like most of them because they thought he was insane and they like walked off or whatever, or I guess not fired, technically they quit. There's just a lot of weird backstory to this movie. But the main plot is Tommy's character, Johnny, is engaged to this woman named Lisa, and she's cheating on him with Johnny's best friend. And then that's like the main plot of the movie. But throughout it, there's other things going on that just don't make sense. There's awkward pauses, weird laughing in weird, inappropriate times. Lisa's mother just starts telling Lisa mid-sentence that she has breast cancer, and they never go back to it. They never talk about it again. Lisa seems completely caring about all of that. Doesn't even like touch upon it. Just be like, oh, you're gonna be fine. Like the whole movie's weird like that. Some of the language is kind of strange. The way the context of what's said or how it's even said is just weird. The whole movie's very weird. A lot of the movie takes place on a rooftop, and for some reason, supposedly, they had a way to film it on an actual rooftop, but instead they filmed it in a studio with a green screen, and you could see it's a green screen. There's a neighbor who Johnny, Tommy's the real guy, who Johnny pays for his college and his apartment because he's supposedly has no family. The kid's like, I would assume mentally ill in some way, but very weird, wants to watch them have sex at one point in the movie. Like the first 5 minutes is this kid comes in, doesn't want to leave, and then when they go upstairs and try to give him the hint, like we're gonna fool around, he jumps into the bed with them and starts like pillow fighting, and then it just sounds ridiculous, I know, and then says, well, I like to watch, and they never like break a sweat. It's not like they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here. It's just like normal. So the whole movie has weird shit like that. Really, really, really weird quotes. One of the most famous ones is, you're tearing me apart, Lisa. Tommy Wiseau's character screams that in her face at one point because she's cheating on him. Just the awkwardness of the tempo and the conversation is great. If you like Troll 2 or weird movies that are bad, but like so bad they're funny, I think you should definitely check out The Room. It's frigging amazing. Like I said, I'm ashamed I hadn't heard of it until now. Another excellent part of the movie that I love is Lisa starts telling her mother and other people that Johnny gets drunk and hits her, and she wants to leave him, and she's sleeping with the friend, and blah, blah, blah. So at one point, Johnny walks outside onto the rooftop, and he swings the door open, and he's like, I didn't hit her. He sounds almost like Arnold, but it's a Polish accent, and I'll get back to that. I didn't hit her. I did not hit her. This is bullshit. I didn't hit her. I did not. And then he looks up, and he sees his friend, the one she's sleeping with, and he goes, oh, hi, Mark. His like tempo and his attitude totally changes. It goes from like he's mad, he's holding this water bottle. Supposedly, he couldn't get the line straight, and it took him about 30 times. So he had to hold the water bottle as some form of like connection to something so that he can like release and like squeeze it and get the line out. As I said initially, supposedly the first cast just like left. He spent $6 million on this movie. People have said that the $6 million came from him selling counterfeit clothing. I think it's more along the lines of, there was also a story where Tommy Wiseau had a very bad car accident. He looks a little messed up. He may be a little mentally off, or he may just be a weird dude. I mean, he's very awkward and strange. Um, from the interviews I've seen, he sometimes doesn't make sense. He sometimes gets kind of abrupt and rude with people. So I don't know if he got into a car accident. Maybe he's disabled and he got all this money over the years. He lived with his aunt and uncle when he was a kid in Louisiana. They passed away. Maybe he got money from them. I don't know. But he has $6 million he spent as the budget on this film, and it's insane. He also kept a billboard up for 5 years in like a prominent part of, I want to say, Los Angeles, of his face, and it just says The Room in theater or whatever. For 5 years, he kept this billboard up. I think he said it was $5,000 a month to keep up the billboard. In the background of the shots, there's framed pictures of spoons because he bought frames to decorate the set because the set dresser or set designer said that it was too sparse. And he didn't take the pictures out of these spoons, and he kept them. So people now go to the theater, and one of the things they do is they throw spoons because they have screenings of this movie like around the world now for like fans, and they throw spoons at the screen and they quote the movie and they act stupid, and Tommy's there and he cracks up and whatever. He thought, I think, this was a serious film, but now that everyone kind of pokes fun at it, he's now said, oh, it's a black comedy. It's not a black comedy. He definitely thought it was serious. And I want to say this, and I'm not looking to insult anyone who has English as a second language, but you can definitely tell English is his second language. He says things out of order. Some of the quotes he uses in the film are straight up Polish quotes. I think he says, at one point, Mark says, keep your problems in your pocket or something like that. It's like a straight up Polish, like, proverb translated into English. There's a couple things like that. He's very secretive or clandestine about what his nationality is and where he was from. I don't know why, and how old he is. He said he was born in the 60s, but then someone else supposedly said he was born in the 50s. Anyhow, someone went back on Reddit and tracked Tommy Wiseau's family, and the aunt and uncle he lived with in Louisiana, their last name was like some Polish last name with a W. So Wiseau is probably just like a stage name, or he changed it, and most likely that was the same last name he had. And it was like a combination of two words. I think he said the word was bird in Polish, and then these people's last name together was like Wiseau. Anyway, he found their obituary, so he knew they had passed away, and I guess Tommy had then moved to Los Angeles or California and became an actor. It's really insane. And then to top this off, Mark is played by a character. The guy who's sleeping with the girlfriend is played by a character named Greg Sestero, I believe is how you pronounce it. He wrote a book about his friendship with Tommy and the creation of the film. And Tommy got kind of like bent out of shape about some of the book because I think it also divulged a little personal information and like shed light on his wackiness. But supposedly he just kind of did this movie and spent all this money to have people around and have friends with him. It's a very weird film. You can't. I don't know anyone who would take it seriously. It's definitely not the worst movie I've ever seen, but you can tell the disconnect, just like Troll 2, and this is what I was going to say at the beginning. Troll 2 was created by a couple from Italy, and the disconnect is that they don't have the like American like mannerisms. Their quotes and the words they're using in the screenplay are strange. They're things that you won't find normal being an American, but they may because they're translating it over for you. It's just like that in terms of the disconnect. It feels like the idiosyncrasies are off and the idioms, and just you could tell there's like a language barrier. But he would get very adamant while filming this about how people had to say things and how they had to do things. So that's the disconnect. So this really reminds me of Troll 2, but not a horror movie. It's just like a romantic drama, I guess, because there's a disconnect between the writer, producer, creator from Poland now putting this in English, where he can hardly like speak it very well. Shit, I can't speak it very well, as you can tell. So check out The Room. It is a really weird trip. It's about an hour and a half, I think. You can find it online if you want to watch it. There is a Blu-ray release. There's a DVD release. If you go on The Room website, there's theroommovie.com, I think it is. You can buy Tommy Wiseau underwear, that's like Tommy Hilfiger underwear. You could buy bobbleheads of him from the movie. You can buy signed DVDs and signed Blu-rays. I'll put the link in the description. It's just the whole thing from start to finish is nutty. And he's now done other projects. And I watched one episode of one called The Neighbors. It's online. It's like a 20-minute TV series. Really bad and not funny like The Room, trying to be funny. He also did a bunch of skits from Machinima where he would come in and an alien came down from space and would make him play video games, and they'd film him, and he was like terrible at them, and he would say like crazy shit during like the filming. Another joke is that Tommy's actually an alien in real life, and that in the movie this is like how an alien would interact with humans, because that's almost what it seems like. It seems like someone very alien-like interacting and trying to be human-like. I know this sounds strange coming from me, but when you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm saying. So definitely check out The Room. I'm not sure if my synopsis and my little brief review here is doing it any justice, because it's very strange but very funny. It was initially a play. That's why it was called The Room, because it was in one room. And then he changed over to a movie because he couldn't get anyone for the play, so he got actors for the movie. Check it out. It's fucking nuts. So thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.